What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Game of Thrones video. One of the biggest moments in this week's episode, at least as it relates to fan theories, happened in a surprising meeting between Daenerys and Westeros' most famous Red Priestess herself, Melisandre. During their chat, Mel lobbied for the Mother of Dragons to meet with Jon Snow, apparently pretty sure that one of them is the prince that was promised, but not quite sure which of them yet. But she does believe at least Dany has a role to play. Then, something that had been speculated about in the show for a long time was clarified by Missandei. Dany can still be Azor Ahai reborn, even if she isn't a prince, because in High Valyrian, that noun is genderless. So technically the prince that was promised can be a man or a woman. While this was news in the show, it's been established that the term was gender neutral in the books for years, as it was first mentioned by Maester Aemon in A Feast for Crows after being told by Sam about Daenerys. This, of course, though, raises an interesting question. If this scene did really basically narrow the list of suspects down to two, as it seems to imply, which one is it, Jon Snow or Daenerys Targaryen? To get to the bottom of this, we've first got to look at the Azor Ahai prophecy itself, and from the books we have several markers to look for in potential candidates. First, that the Savior would be reborn at the end of a long summer, when the stars bleed and the cold breath of darkness falls heavy on the world. Second, he or she would be born amidst smoke and salt. Third, they would wake dragons out of stone. And fourth, they shall draw from fire a flaming sword, Lightbringer. Across the series, these things stay pretty consistent in all of the retellings of the prophecy, but there are some changes added by several of the tellers. According to a Red Priest in Volantis, Benero, the prince will remake the world anew, and all of his followers will be reborn, bringing about a never-ending summer. According to the Woods Witch of High Heart, the prince would be born of the line of Aerys II and his wife Rhaella, which could technically refer to either Jon or Dany, as Daenerys is Aerys and Rhaella's daughter, and Jon is their grandson. And finally, according to Rhaegar himself, the prince's story would be one of ice and fire. So with all of those factors in mind, on the one hand we have Jon Snow, who's got a lot going for him in this campaign. He's a pretty standard, noble, heroic archetype, so in the context of the story it would make sense for him to be the prince, albeit maybe a little bit of a stock and standard outcome. There are a few facets of the various prophecies that apply directly to him. Benero's prediction about death bending the knee and him being reborn, being of the line of Aerys II and Rhaella, and the story of Ice and Fire. Jon's a Stark and a Targaryen, Ice and Fire all wrapped up into one. While he doesn't have the flaming sword in the series, he's had dreams of himself fighting others wielding a burning red sword, and there's also some evidence that he was born under a bleeding star, as his father left the bloodied sword Dawn at the foot of Lyanna's bed when he found her after childbirth. And if you've read the books, you know Dawn was forged from a falling star, or probably a meteorite. On the other hand, we have Daenerys. Her arc has definitely been an interesting one, and while it's not quite the standard heroic tale that Jon's is, it's definitely a hero's journey. It's got a pretty heavy dose of Greek tragedy mixed in there too. Like Jon, there are several facets of this prophecy that apply to her. Born amidst salt literally on the island of Dragonstone, and then again in smoke when she didn't die in Drogo's funeral pyre. Speaking of that pyre, she literally woke dragons from stone when she hatched Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion from dragon's eggs believed to be stone at that point, and again, she was also from the line of Aerys II and Rhaella as well. So let me know which of these theories you like best in the comment section down below. Me personally, I could see it be either, but I now think that they've gone out of their way to specify that the noun is genderless, so it's kind of like a Chekhov's gun. Personally, I don't see how it couldn't be Daenerys. Will the real Azor Ahai please stand up? But that's gonna do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.